Welcome back, FPL managers. In this week's episode, we will be discussing the most pressing questions on everyone's mind: buy, sell, keep, or avoid. With so many options in the midfield and attack, it's crucial to make the right choices in order to maximize your points. Let's start with Harry Kane of Tottenham. As many of you may already know, Kane is one of the most consistent and reliable players in FPL this season. With only 4 blanks so far, he is the second highest point scorer in the game with 148 points. His form has been simply remarkable, as he has been directly involved in 70% of Tottenham's goals since the restart. When comparing Kane to other premium players, he stands out as one of the best options, especially considering that De Bruyne and Salah are currently off form. Additionally, owning Kane allows you to have an extra midfielder in your team, which is crucial in a season where there have been many midfielders who can earn you a lot of points. And when comparing Kane to other forwards, there is really no competition. He is the second highest point scorer after Haaland. If we take a look at Kane's historical performances, it's clear that he is on track for one of his best seasons ever. He has already matched his lowest scoring season with 17 goals, and he still has 16 games to go. If he can stay fit, he could even beat his highest scoring season ever, which was 29 goals. Finally, let's talk about Tottenham's fixtures. With one of the best fixture runs in the league and only one team with a fixture difficulty rating above 3, Kane is a must-have until the end of the season. The only team with a difficulty rating higher than 3 is Liverpool, but even they could be an easy fixture for Kane. All of this considered, Kane is a player you definitely want in your team right now. Let us now move on to the next player. Mahrez has been a standout player for Man City since the restart, consistently putting in solid performances and earning his place in Pep Guardiola's starting lineup. He has scored 3 goals and provided 4 assists from 8 big chance involvements since his restart, showing that he has been involved in some of the key moments for City this season. However, despite his strong form, I would advise caution for those considering him for their FPL teams this week. City have a double game week facing Villa and Arsenal, and while both teams have been in good form since the restart, the away fixture against Arsenal will be particularly challenging. Arsenal's defense has been solid this season, particularly down their left flank where Zinchenko is playing, and I think that Mahrez might struggle to make an impact against this well-organized backline. Additionally, if we're looking to bring in an Arsenal option this week, I would prioritize that over Mahrez, as the Gunners have several players in great form at the moment and I think they offer a safer option. That being said, if you do have a transfer to spare and do already have 3 Arsenal players, then Mahrez is a good option to consider. Just keep in mind that he is slightly overperforming his expected goal involvement, and he is no longer on penalties, which was a big part of his scoring success in previous seasons. Nevertheless, his consistency suggests that he could still have a few more goal involvements in him this season, and if you do decide to bring him in, I wouldn't hesitate to get him in your team. Let us move on now to the next player. Martinelli is a player who has been struggling for goal scoring form since the restart. Despite being the cheapest amongst the 3 Arsenal midfield options, his underlying stats show that he has been the least productive too. He's recorded double-digit shots and key passes, but hasn't been able to convert them into significant returns for FPL managers. When it comes to comparisons with other players, I prefer both Bukayo Saka and Odegaard, but I don't think it's worth a transfer to go from Martinelli to them. The move would likely be lateral at best, especially considering that they are facing teams who are more prone to conceding chances down the right side. While I prefer other midfielders over Martinelli, this isn't the right game week to make those moves since he has a double game week. When it comes to fixtures, Arsenal have a relatively easy schedule in the next few game weeks. They have been knocked out of the FA Cup, which means they won't have any blank game weeks in Game Week 28, which does increase the demand for all 3 Arsenal midfield spots to be filled. My revised fixture difficulty ratings show that Arsenal has an easy game week for the next 4, which could help Martinelli see an improvement in his form. I wouldn't advise fellow managers to worry about Martinelli at this point in time, at least until he does lose his place in the starting lineup to Trossard. If you do have a transfer to use, it may be wise to look at sacrificing other options for this game week, but keep Martinelli in your team for future game weeks when his form could improve. Lastly, to finish off, we have Bruno Fernandes. He has been in excellent form since the league restart. He has recorded returns in every game he has played since then, and his underlying statistics such as shots and key passes are amongst the best for midfielders in the league. With 8 total big chance involvements, Bruno is a player to watch out for. He faces Leeds United next, against whom he has a strong track record in the Premier League, making him a definite keep for FPL managers. Recent reports of a disagreement in training within the Manchester City camp and the departure of Cancelo for similar reasons makes it a risky move to field more than 2 Man City assets in your FPL team. An Arsenal option might be safer to bring in this week. Bruno has proven himself to be a statistical standout in the Premier League in the past, and there is no reason to believe he won't continue to perform this season. Fixture-wise, Bruno can be capped in your team for the next 2 game weeks, after which you should consider transferring him out as he is blanking in 25. However, if you have 8 players fielding in that game week, it might be worth holding on to Bruno as his fixtures after that look quite promising for points. Thanks for watching. I hope this analysis was helpful in making your decisions for the FPL team. If you found this information useful, don't forget to subscribe for more updates and analysis in the future. See you soon for the next one.